comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
My pleasure.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Oh, with the drive impact. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. This is going to hurt. All right. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Goes for the super art? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Breathing hard. Gets them. Player 2 is off to a good start and wins the first round. They'll want to keep dictating the pace of this match.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Misfire with the drive impact. Miss your mark with an impact and you're open to a punish. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Throws them to negate the block. At this range, will this super art connect? Their super art gauge is running on empty. That's going to be a big factor in how this match plays out. Up tap to close it. Takes one back. Both sides bringing it now.
Round 3. Fight.
Checking their opponent. How will this round turn out? Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Knockdown. Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead down to the wire. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 has a definite escape plan here if they can utilize their S8 gauge. Overdrive cannon spike. In a dire situation. Burnout activates. This may be it. Reverse edge cuts him down. The kick hits. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight.
Rushes that off and keeps going. This is gonna be bad news. Baits out the attack and gets some punish counter. Player 2, will this super art connect? Medium kick. Goes for the jumping. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 2, the super doesn't hit. Tomahawk buster. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Very solid Tomahawk buster. Both fighters are out of drive. Mike uses the gauge for a super art. Spends it on the level 1 super. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Beginning operation.
An honor, to be sure.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Misfire with a drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open.
So it goes. Here.
Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 2 doesn't have a pose for the super art, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Gets right in there. Knockdown. Can't tech the throw. Life lead opens up. Spin knuckle baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Going in, goes for it and puts them down with the impact. Player 2 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. What'll happen this round? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Will that super be the turning point? Grabs him, closes the gap for the grab. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage? How is this round going to develop? Player 2 creates will this super art connect? Knockdown. Player 2 might have just shifted this round into high gear. Rushes that off and keeps going. Uses the gauge for a super art. Takes a good, ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Still, lots of time left in this match. You could say that the real fight is about to start.
Round 3. Fight.
Goes in on the heats it up with a combo into super. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Player 2 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. So they break forward to pressure the opponent, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. How's this round going to develop? 3-bulk? Rushes that off and keeps going. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. All right, what's coming up next? Burnout activates. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Just goes for it at this range. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Who will capitalize on an opening first? They're going for the super art? This is KO! Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight.
Decides not to rush in without a plan. Fires off the turnover. How will this impact things? But rushes that off and keeps going. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 will need to play it conservative. Burnout activates. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Both fighters planning something? Aiming too far out to make good on the air throw. Blocks it. 3-bulk ices him. Watching each other carefully. Boom charges forward. Looking for a chance. Life lead is there, but still anyone's in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
All right, you ready?
No mercy for you.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Anticipates the overhead. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? All right. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Can they outlast it? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Forward throw to continue the pressure. Chasing them down, peppering them with hits and throws is the way to get them in the corner. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Drive rising uppercut. Spin knuckle brushes that off and keeps going. They may need to spend some meter here in order to close out this round. In there! Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Spends the meter to throw on some massive damage. Spending the super art gauge to really turn up the heat. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a drive attack. Very bad choice there. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drop and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Whiffs the throw. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. KO! Player 1 is feeling it. Match
Not
point.
bad.
Round 3. Fight.
Huh? Heads up!
Who's going to hit them with a stopping bomb? This is gonna be bad news. Player 1, there's the wall splash. They can't do anything now. Hold your breath. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Vulcan Blast!
Heads up!
Player 1 has the life lead. Ken rising uppercut. Player 2 is in a ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Scrapping it out up close. Reads the jump in perfectly. KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready?
Prepare yourself.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Good anti-air. Gets a good read on their opponent. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Trips them up. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Somehow pushes back all the way to goes for the super art. Recovers from burst. Oh! Player canceling each other out. These fighters are in sync. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. The super armor does its job. Heats it up with a combo into super. Taking stock. Jumps. Very solid corner switch. Burnout activates. Oh no, they're stunned. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Who will capitalize on an opening first? This is rough tap to close it. Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Goes for the super art? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. gets the jump in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Going on the offensive? Who will capitalize on an burnout activate? Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 is winning with the greatest of ease.
Well fought.
Round 3. Fight.
Imi sets up with the jump in. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. The drive-in rising uppercut. Teleports. That hits him with a stop and pop. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. They're going for the super art. A quick breather. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over. Closes with the throw, hitting him with the smart stuff. I smell a comeback in the works.
Not bad.
Round 4. Fight.
Goes in with the drive impact to start. Will this super art connect? Sees it coming and blocks it out.
Fighting uppercut.
Forcefully closes the gap. Hits him with a stop and pop. This is gonna be bad news. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Meets them air to air. Pokes with a medium kick. Sneaks in the throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Shall we begin?
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Gets a chance with that jumping. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Okay, creating some space here. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown. Well, goes for the super art. Absorbs the attack and fires back. All right, what's coming up next? Heading into the end game now, and that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. How will this round turn out? Will this super art connect? Starting something with the super. How's this going to shake out? From up above. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player 1 has the meter lead.
Pay attention!
Beautiful setup with that attack. Player 2 is maintaining the corner, picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 2 is feeling it. Match point.
Out of my way.
Round 3. Fight.
Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Player 1 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive returns. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Pokes with the medium kick. Connects with the throw. Can they create... Perfect execution with the anti-air. Teleport. That's going to rattle them. Both fighters planning something? Are they thinking about how to steal this round? What a finish! I smell a comeback in the works.
Of a yoga master.
Round 4. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side. This Dragon Lash flame could be big. Knockdown and brushes that off and keeps going. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Going in, near empty drive gauges will greatly affect both players. Their drive baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. What'll happen here? Experiencing burnout. How will they utilize this? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters planning something? Closes it with a classic corner throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Gotta do this. Come on.
I'll take on all of you. Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. They need to hold out. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Drive gauge finally recovers. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Taking stock. Trying to read each other here? Misses the drive impact. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
That drive impact doesn't get through. Burnout is triggered. Throw misses. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. What'll happen here? Are we gonna see a KO? Takes one back. Both sides bringing it now.
Get this body of iron! Round 3. Fight!
Stands firm and blocks it. Goes for the super art? Beginning of the round. What will our fighters do? Can they further capitalize on that? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Oh! Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Taking stock. Can they convert this punish counter? Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. All right, what's coming up next? The grab misses. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Player 2 can spend their meter to turn this around. Quarter makes it hard to escape. Look and the throw ends the round. Player 1 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight!
Goes for it all, but just misses. The Dragon Lash Flame giving them a side switch on top of the damage. How's it hit them with a stopping bomb? Smart play with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. This is gonna be bad news. This Dragon Lash Flame could be big. Knockdown and player 2 experiencing burnout. Brushes that off and keeps going. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Blocks the impact. Both fighters planning something? Just goes for it at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback here? What are they gonna do? Next, the counter. There's the soup with the lariat. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Both sides getting ready. Burns out. This is a critical moment. Oh, yo, raw super hit. Tons of space between the fighters. A daring impact to wrap up the round. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Come on.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
Tension kicks.
Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. What's the play here? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? so they break forward to pressure the opponent. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Does a good job of pushing back. Experiencing burnout. Shoots off a fireball up close. Life lead opens up. All right, what's coming up next? Hanging on for dear life. Got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Player of Thunder is drive impact to close the round. Player 2 will be able to concentrate a little better with the first round in the bag.
Round 2. Fight.
Long low attack hits. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. There's a corner save. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Will this super art connect? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Hits with the approach for the super art? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Experiencing burnout. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Player 2 closes it with a classic corner throw. It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear?
Round 3. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until opt for the super art? Low heavy. Hits with the overhead. The level 3 super. Looking to make them feel it.
How is that?
Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. This Dragon Last Flame could be big. Going in? How's this round going to develop? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Will that drive impact get punished? A quick breather. Player 1 will look to apply pressure in there. Player 2 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round 4. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Power hits him with a stop and pop. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive Tensho. The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Whiffs the impact. Both burnout activates. The path to a win looks very tough here, and I don't know if they can hold out. Peppers them with the lightning kick. KO. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this
Then
fight?
show me.
No mercy for you.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Overdrive. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Player one is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty. No trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. Starting to sweat a bit. Reaches out with the lightning kicks. That attack landed for a KO. Player one
you
will be able
understand?
to concentrate a little better with the
Don't
first round in the bag.
Round two. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big that they can capitalize. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Player one, this is a huge chance to make them feel it. Down to the wire. Player two heats it up with a combo into super. Starting something with the super. Will that super be the turning point? Look at the little super juice into this combo for more damage. Taking stock. Player one is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around to KO. It's tied at 1-1.
Who's next?
Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear?
Round three. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Starts with a jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player one will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player one, with this super art connect, very solid corner switch. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Hits them with a stop and block. Player one needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. They gotta be careful with their remaining drive. They're going for the super art? Player two will look to apply pressure here. Burnout activates. Medium kick finishes it with the anti-air. Player one is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on?
Round four. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps in. Goes for the jump in. Player two chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player one is working with a better game. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Burnout activates. Player two in dire straits with burnout. Hits him with a stop and bop. Medium kick. Scrapping it out up close. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
How was that?
Player one drops him to half, closing the gap. Amazing! Oh, snipe!
You're in my
What a
way.
smart throw! What's next? Turns out! Flatlines him! Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Ready? Then show me.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Both fighters are low on drive gauge. They'll want to tread carefully for this part of the fight. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 chases them down. Very solid corner switch. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. It's still anyone's fight, so they can't get complacent here.
Round 2. Fight!
Goes for the jump in to start the round. What'll happen this round? Denies the attack, and a parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Player 2 in that takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 has the super meter lead and may want to try to press the attack. Knockdown. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Medium kick hits. Very critical, bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Were they baiting them into that? Almost no drive gauge left. This round looks like it's over. Knockdown and experiencing burnout. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Closing moments of the match. A thunderous drive impact to close the round. Player 2 is winning with the greatest of ease.
Round 3. Fight!
Immediate hits him with a stop and pop. Goes for it all, but just misses. Goes in on the impact. Were they baiting them into that? A drive impact. Traps them with a break in. Player 2 chases them down. Can they keep on him? Burnout activates. A quick breather. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? What's next? Player 2 needs to use the front. This unleashes some big damage. Breaking on them to lay down some damage without giving up ground. Okay, here we go. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. They gotta dig down deep here. What is that with confidence? Punish counter on reaction. Player 2 stunned. Weaves into impact to finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
The top player is here.
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Player 2 with the life lead. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Picture perfect punish counter. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Heats it up with a combo into super.
It's the level 1! Breaking with some serious style!
KO. Player 2 may have taken the first round, but you can be sure that there will be adjustments on both sides.
Round 2. Fight.
A brave forward jump there to start. What'll happen this round? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Player 2 has the meter lead. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 needs to deal with, adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Knockdown.
Are we gonna see a comeback here?
Okay, creating some space here.
They can't squander this punish counter tank. Traps him with a break-in.
Player 1 will have to fight back here without any drop, experiencing burnout. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
Of course
It's tied at 1-1. Will we see our fighters kick it into high gear?
Round 3. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 has the super meter lead, and they want to try to press the attack. They have the lead in SA meter, but can they take advantage of it? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Takes a trip. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves.
What's wrong? Get up!
So they break forward to pressure the going on the offensive. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Taking stock. Experiencing burnout. Are we gonna see it? And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 is one win away from winning this fight. Can they hang on? Goes for the jump in to start. Sees it coming and blocks it out. The super armor does its job.
They can't squander this punish counter chance.
Punish is there with the driving, really laying on the pressure. Both players with no drive in the tank. Knockdown and that's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Out of range. Relatively safe. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? What'll happen here? Medium kick, they're going for the super art? A parry? Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. This is gonna be bad news. Are we? The drive impact doesn't work. Flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
We're about to see a mirror match go down, where they can match each other move for move. This is the hardest kind of match. Who will come out on top?
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen?
Take this! Hadouken!
Tries to bait him with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Knockdown. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing.
There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished.
Perfect time to spend the meter.
Player 1 fires on the Shinku Hadouken.
Player 2 needs to hold out.
Player 1 must feel very confident going into the later rounds after that win.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. How will this round turn out? The move whiffs and adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. How is this round going to develop? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Knockdown. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Takes a trip. Player KO.
Player 1 is feeling it. Match point.
Round 3. Fight.
Goes for the jump. Hits him with a stop and bop.
They both.
There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished.
Punish is there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure.
Big super art hit. It's on. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. Were they baiting them into that? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Excellent block.
Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage.
Player 1 meets Shinku Hadouken. The super doesn't hit.
Yes!
Drive impact for the win. I smell a comeback in the works.
Round 4. Fight.
Immediate.
That brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them?
Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
Get up.
Now, can they finish the job? Gets a risky buck in. Were they baiting them into that? Oh, let's go. Can they keep on him? Knockdown and solar plexus strike.
Medium kick hits.
Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Wall flat into the guard break. Vital parry gets the counter hit and the win. Player 1 survived that tense mirror match.